Welcome back to John Kleis Car Audio's YouTube channel. This is Hyundai i10 number 2 of the week. All the way from Milton Keynes, a good sort of 2-hour drive to come to us because unfortunately their factory sat-nav has gone wrong. And if you've got one of these cars with the factory sat-nav, you'll know which unit I'm talking about, which is this one right here. That has gone kaput. Quite common, unfortunately. Still not as common as, say, a VAG Group VW Golf Mark 7 unit, which goes wrong a hell of a lot, all the touch screens that go wrong in transporters, but it is still quite up there with the unfortunate common ones that go wrong. Now, if you've already been quoted from Hyundai, you will know that, unfortunately, these have been quoted skyrocket prices. I've heard some mixed prices, but anywhere between like 3.5 and 5 grand. Absolute bonkers money. They can't seem to be repaired. Well, not by anyone reputable anyway. Like the processors aren't available anymore, so you can't even get spares for them. So really, the only solution is to replace it. But there isn't any off-the-shelf solution to replace the Hyundai i10 with factory sat-nav equipped. So companies like ourselves and a few others around there are using their initiative to create a solution that does enable you to change it without spending the earth. So, for example, we have here a Hyundai i10 Pioneer double-DIN conversion. So if I turn the ignition on, in essence how we do this, because that's just an off-the-shelf solution, we convert the dashboard back to a basic non-sat-nav Hyundai i10. So we source the switches with the relevant wiring, we hardwire it all in, so you've got your seatbelt warnings, your hazard warning switch and your passenger airbag light, which is all built into the original radio. Once you do that, you can put the aftermarket normal double-DIN fitting kit, which I'm pointing at right now, and fit a normal touchscreen in. Quite a few options of touchscreens. Pioneer is a very popular one, so is the Kenwood 8021. Personal preference, which one you go for. This is just the one we started doing months ago when we started these i10s. With the right interface, all your steering wheel controls will still all work as well. So if I just actually put something on so we can actually have it working, we can then use the volume up and down. We can use the track up and down, so it will change the radio presets, as you can see just right now. So all the buttons still work, volume up and down, track up and down, and answer and hang up. If it had a reverse camera, that would also still work, but there's no reverse camera option on this particular Hyundai i10. Now my phone's now connected, so I'll show you Apple CarPlay. So we've got CarPlay connected now, so the customer's now got access to live traffic and live mapping updates from iOS Maps, Google Maps, and even Waze, which you didn't have before. We've got access to WhatsApp notifications and messages, and you can even send a WhatsApp.
Do you want to send a message or make a call?
New message.
To who?
Page JK.
What would you like to say to Page JK?
Hello, YouTube. This is Page JK, who's done the edit on this YouTube video.
Sending. Hello, YouTube. This is Page JK, who's done the edit on this YouTube video.
Send, just like so, and then it will go straight to her. So you can do that when you're driving safely, or you could just use the phone call side of the unit, which is very simple because it's Apple. It's a very simple graphical user interface being Apple. So you've got your favorites you can go to, your recent show, your receive calls, dial calls, and then your missed calls are in red, just like the Apple symbol. If you had Android Auto is also suitable for this unit, so it isn't just Apple. We have access to internet radio apps as well, so Global Player, BBC Sounds, Radio Player I use because I don't rate DAB that much, to be honest with you, personal opinion, but I can go to all stations on Radio Player, go down, go to like Magic Radio, hit select, and then boom, I've got Magic Radio playing on internet radio. I can then go home button, I'll show you how DAB works, go to DAB, your favourites are on the bottom, but if you push the 3 lines on the right and wait a few seconds, it will load up the whole list with all the stations in alphabetical order, so you can scroll down, you know, go to, I don't know, let's go to Radio 4, I'm feeling fruity on going to Radio 4, and then I can then store it like this. And then I've got my favourite down the bottom, Radio 4, I've got Radio 1 already stored over there, you see. So it's a very simple unit to use. And the one lovely feature, if the clock's ever changed, right, and you want to change the clock, there's no hidden menus or instruction manuals that you need to read to change the clock on this unit. Look how easy this is, change the clock. You just touch the clock. I mean, someone in Japan put some thought process into this and actually made it easy. I mean, that, to me, is the little things, and I like that. That is just, someone's thought about that, game changer. Yeah, you've got a shortcut to Siri on the left here, so you touch that. What's the weather today?
Expect rain today.
Standard.
The high temperature will be 13 degrees, and low...
Yeah, that's pretty standard. It's been raining all year so far in 2026. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say about that. Factory USB port still works down the bottom. I say factory USB, what we've done, we've actually taken the USB out from the Hyundai and mounted the Pioneer USB in the original position, so it all looks standard. The only thing that we have to fit extra, it's not that dash cam because we didn't do that, is this microphone just here, which is all part of the installation. Other than that, that is a Hyundai i10 where we have provided a solution that is 1/3 the price of Hyundai's sat-nav replacement option. This is Connor from John Kleis Car Audio. Thanks to Jason who did the installation and all the team at John Kleis Car Audio that make these dreams happen. We'll see you soon. Ciao.